You like the merch down there? Look at that. Gaming on a different level. God mode. Alright, so first off, today's my mom's birthday. Shout out to mom for bringing me into this world. And hope she has a wonderful birthday. Um, of course, she can't read. Happy birthday, mom. Alright, so just in case she decided to see this. But what this video is mainly about is the discrimination against black people on all sorts of platforms. And what this video is coming from is from Corey Kenshin. And just like Corey Kenshin, I am not the one. My family has never been the one that been like, it's because you're being racist. We always think of the process. It's because you're not working hard. It's not because you're doing this. You're not because you're doing that. It's something that's holding something that you're doing is holding yourself back. You know, and majority of the time it is, but there's just a lot of times where you cannot ignore the fact of what is actually going on. Okay, for those who did not watch the Corey Kenshin video of him saying that YouTube is racist, and just like him, I've been feeling the exact same way. I've been like, to me, like I said, I don't think that way. So in my head, I'm like, I'm a small channel. People just don't like me. They just don't fit in with my personality and stuff like that. I'm like, which is crazy because every time I talk to people, I'm like, man, bro, you're cool. I like you. I'm like, so I don't know what's going on. I was like, maybe because I'm not over exaggerating and hyping and doing stuff like that all the time. So sitting here trying to figure this stuff out. So with Corey Kenshin, his problem that he was having was every time he come back, he's trending. They will shadow ban him somehow. They would age restrict him or demonetize the video, stuff like that. And YouTube have this funny way of telling you it, like, hey, you did something wrong, but we're not gonna tell you what you did wrong. You have to figure it out. That's like the cops coming up to you and saying like, hey, you're going to jail, and then they put you in prison. You're like, what the fuck did I do? That's for you to find out. You supposed to know what you know what you did. You know what you did, and then they just leave, and you're like, so I'm sitting here in prison, not knowing what I did, and and what happened. You just sitting there just trying to figure out what's going on. So just imagine you doing 5 years. You doing a couple anywhere from a couple of weeks to a couple of months to a couple of years. A server time in prison, and you do not know what you did. You have no idea what's going on. So YouTube does this a lot. They do it to me all the time. I'm always getting copyrighted. I'm always getting strikes. My other channel that I had 300 followers that I worked hard for. I started since 2009. I believe I started my YouTube channel in like 2009, maybe 2010. YouTube channel got deleted because YouTube kept giving me strikes over and over for stupid shit. And I will go back and be like, yo, why did I get a strike? What's going on? They wouldn't tell me. Would not tell me at all. So, but the thing is, Corey Kenshin, he's bigger, right? He's up there on a different level. Over 10 million subscribers. He's at 14 million right now. And he has a YouTube rep that he can talk to. People on the lower level, we don't have YouTube reps, so we just have to sit here and take the abuse from YouTube. So Corey Kenshin goes to his YouTube rep and talks to them. He's like, hey, first he appealed it. They was like, we don't care. No, age restricted. Get the fuck out of our face. And he's like, what the hell's going on? That's basically what they did. They did, they got to do it in a polite way, business term and whatnot. But they basically flicked my man off and said, go fuck yourself. Enjoy that age restricting. But like I said, Corey's on a different level. He got his YouTube rep, talked to his YouTube rep. They tried to talk to him. They was like, nah, fam. He's like, all right, cool. So they was like, no, we're not changing it. It is what it is. We said what we said. It's not getting changed. So he does more homework. Oh, I think he's a multiplier. I don't know who I'm not. When I see his face, I know who he is. But I never watch his videos. But I see his face, I know him. He's popular too. He's around Corey Kenshin level. Corey Kenshin goes to the same video and see that, hey, my man did the exact same thing I did. He played that one part, and I took that video and sent it to my team rep, and the team rep like, good detective work. All right, well, let me send this to them, see what they say. Send it to them. They talk to it, and then they come back to Corey Kenshin and say, hey, you know what? You're right. We're sorry. We take the age restriction off. And you know, for some people who are like, why is the age restriction bad? Because when they age restrict you, it's basically shadow banning you. Because it's not only restricting people who are under the age of 18, but it also restricts your subscribers, other people who may want to watch similar videos to yours. So they do that stuff. So and it defeats the whole purpose of, is this made for kids? And you're like, no, it's not made for kids, but they will restrict you. And it's just crazy how like a lot of people who just happen to be of fairer skin get away with a lot of stuff, while meanwhile other people who fly a little bit closer to the sun, and you can tell they fly closer to the sun, and they seem to get shitted on all the time. So he's like, okay. He said, cool. But the thing is, I'm upset because when I told you that I didn't do anything wrong, you was like, no. But when I went to a colleague of mine who who was on the same level, who was a white man, and I tell you he did the exact same thing, then you come to me and be like, oh, okay, well, if he did it, then you can do it too. What? And so he said, this feels like racism. This feels favoritism. This is just a bunch of bullcrap. I don't understand why you would do this to me. Every time I come and I'm trending #1 for a week, and then next thing you know, y'all try to shut me down every time. He's like, Corey, everybody know Corey Kenshin is the black dad that leaves, then he comes back. That's a bad analogy, but you get what I'm saying. Like, if you watch Corey Kenshin for a while, you know that he leaves and he comes back. Every time he comes back, they find something to flag him on. But when he's gone, or when he made the video, why didn't y'all flag it at that time? Why wait till he's coming back while he's trending and he's becoming #1, and then y'all like, no, we don't want him to be the face of YouTube, so y'all start flagging him and blocking his videos and stuff like that. Corey Kenshin made like 2 or 3 videos I don't even know he made. I had to go back and watch them, because YouTube would do stuff like that to put you down, to make sure that you don't go up on a level. Twitch is the same way. Let's be real. Twitch is exactly the same way. Women will be out here shaking their ass and titties and stuff like that, will get more views and whatnot, but there's just certain people that's not going to get it. Now, if I was a black female, I would have a better of a chance than a black male making it in Twitch and on YouTube. But because I'm not doing things sexual, I'm not going out here doing things stupid, I'm just being me, trying to make it, it's not going to get me anywhere. And my skin color does not help. And it sucks to say, it's sad to say that this still exists in our world. So Corey's like, he's dumbfounded about what's happening. 3 days later, they restrict his video. Then he goes back to Markiplier. There you go. And he look at his video, they age restrict him too. So now what it looks like is that what they're saying, what Corey Kenshin was saying, is true. What he said was true, and y'all didn't like the fact that he pointed y'all out on y'all bullshit, and so now y'all like, oh snaps, we need to just restrict both of them. But it's too late. It's too late, because you looked at Markiplier's video and then you unrestricted Corey's. But then when Corey said, what, this feels like race, this feels like favoritism or racism. Like, he's like, I don't know, because without like actual proof, but this is what this feels like. And he's like, I don't understand why, #1, when I asked you what was going on, you wouldn't tell me what was going on. #2, I told you, #2, like, you should have, when you reviewed it, and you should have reviewed everybody else's video, like, okay, well, everybody's doing the same thing, so everybody should be age restricted. Or you be like, oh, you know what, this this is in a video game and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong, unage restricted, but not go like, oh, let's look at our favorite person that we want to be the face of YouTube. Oh, okay, well, if he did it, it's okay. And then turn around when somebody starts saying it's favoritism and racist and stuff like that, then you just want to switch it, just block everybody. Like, that would make us, like, they would have been, YouTube would have been better off just leaving it as it is and just say, like, you know what, we made a mistake, so we're unage restricting the video. So now you have to go, now what YouTube has to do, because since now they did two, now they gotta go back to everybody's video and age restrict that one part. So it feels, it feels, you feel that people are being favored and people are racist. It's kind of hard. It's almost a thin line, especially when that's just not flat out saying, you know, we don't like black people. We're only going to promote white people on this channel. We want white people to be the face of YouTube. We want white people to be the face of Twitch. Because another thing, a friend of mine who sit there and she was like, I don't understand. She said it literally took my friend a couple of days to get affiliated on Twitch. She said, but for some reason she said it took you a year. Probably not like years. Yeah, because I've been trying to get affiliated since I've been here. Like, since I got, so a couple of years before I got affiliated. And it always thanks to bots, because I have the bots viewers come in and help me out. And then that's when I got affiliated. And then it just, at first, like after a couple of days, I was kind of getting help. And then it just went downhill. I don't get no views on YouTube. So she's like, I don't understand it. Why did it take her a couple of days, but it took you a couple of years? I don't understand. I'm like, people just don't like me. That's my thought process. My thought process is not that they're playing favoritism or they're being racist towards me. It's like, this is just my thought process. Like, people just don't like me. But I cannot tell you how many times I would sit here and look at somebody like, people love this shit. This dude got like over 50,000 followers. Not doing anything. Just sitting there. Hey, appreciate the follow. 1, 2, 3, spank that ass. Oh, thank you for the subscribe. I love Coochie. And then you see people making videos on YouTube and stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm way better. Like, you just look at somebody, like, you don't try to be a dick about it, but you sitting there looking at you like, I know I'm doing better than these people. But the thing is, no matter how hard you working or whatnot, I know they keep saying you keep working your ass off, your work will show, and then they can't push you back. But the thing is, when you are working hard at a job and then the people in charge keep changing the rules so that way you can't get ahead, how is hard work supposed to pay off? It can't. I can tell you right now that racism still exists and favoritism, and it's a bunch of bullshit, and I hate it. It should be about what color your skin are or who's your favorite person. If the person's working their ass off, they show that they're better, then you need to put that person ahead or you need to help that person out. But golly, man, like, my videos don't get no views on YouTube. I get no views on Twitch, but every time I still put myself out there, and I still try. And it's like, what's the point though? And it's just to the point to where I'm doing it because this is what I love to do. But YouTube and Twitch are still going to keep being racist. They're still going to play favoritism because they do not want to take a chance. For some reason, I don't know why, they do not want to take a chance on black people. And like I said, racism still lives till today because I get looked at funny all the damn time just because of the color of my skin. It's like, it's nothing I can do about that, you know? It's nothing I can do at all. And he's like, how do you know? Okay, so my ex, when we first got together, people looked at us all the time, looked at us weird because she was dating a black dude. And then when we went to we when I was like going off to work and somebody came and was like, "Hey, I heard you got that nigger living in your own house." And then people would say this to her all the fucking time. And then she's like, "I'm getting sick and tired of this shit." She said, "Why is it so fucking wrong for me to want to date a black man?" I was like, "I don't understand it. She's real pissing me off." And like she started yelling and screaming at people. And she's like, "Yes, I got a fucking nigga living in my damn house. Will you get the fuck out of my face? What does it matter about his fucking color?" And I'm like, it's one of two things you can do. You just ignore it, or you let it consume you so much where you start getting pissed off that you just put yourself in jail. And then, hey, y'all are eating the seeds. I'm so happy. That's the first time I seen them. I got a little bird feeder up there. I gotta go buy some more bird seeds. I got you, birds. I'm gonna go to the store and buy some more bird seeds. That's nice that they actually know it's over there. I'm happy because for a while I was sitting there for like a month and I was like, nobody eating that shit. But I saw him over there, and the bird looked at me and said, "Hey, you ain't supposed to be outside." He burnt off. So I gotta get some more bird seeds. So, but anyway, and she just got mad. She's like, and it's like, it hurts my soul that people still think this way. Black and whites are allowed to be together. And she said, because you're black doesn't mean any damn thing. She said, you treat me way better than any fucking white person has. To my new relationship, the exact same thing. Now, we're not living together right now, but we are eventually going to. She's excited about it, and she's ready for me to get my place in a way she can move in. Because of setbacks and whatnot, so I have to. I'm basically waiting to tax season because I had a truck. Long story with that. So now I'm gonna have to wait to tax season to buy me another vehicle and to put money down on the place. And today's my test date, so hopefully I will pass my test today. You know, oh, fuck that. I'm going to pass my test today, and I'm going to get my damn license, and we're gonna start making money in your bit. So get my car and stuff like that. There's a lot of steps I gotta do before me and her can have a life together. But we still hang out, we still talk all the time and whatnot. And when me and her like was talking, like just being friends, people were being weird and like, hey, going to her mother, like, your daughter hanging out with that color boy. Not that, hey, she hanging out with the guy at the damn store, stuff like that. She hanging out with the color boys and whatnot. Just what? I don't understand. And yes, I do live in a small country town, but I've been living in a country town my whole life, and I've been having to deal with this shit my whole life. They my family has taught me to just ignore them. Be the best person that you can be. Do not let them make you out who they want you to be, who they think that you supposed to be. They see you, they see your color, they automatically think that you're supposed to be like this. But then when you come up to them and you start talking to them, they're like, "Oh shit!" And this has had happened my whole entire life. Um, Now I understand. Nobody want to hear them. Jim did know what I'm saying? But the nobody want to hear that shit all the damn time. Nobody want to hear that shit all the damn time. And there's some people that who are okay with it, but it's mainly the black community. It's like we have our own language and whatnot, and and that just stays in there. But what my family has always taught me, there's being yourself when you're at home, then there's talking white, and that talking white mixed in with talking business. And I know how to do both. I can be myself at home while talking white when I'm getting a job or when I'm around certain people and stuff like that. But at the same time, I do both. There's a couple times where I'm a little bit more professional, but what y'all see here on YouTube is me being me. I'm a nerd. I love to play video games. I love being around my family, and it just it. And the reason why I say that is because she's like, I don't like the whole flashy gold chain and stuff like that, and sagging and just whatnot, and you hear that, and you automatically like, oh damn, you describing black people. Well, that's what the black culture is. Like, let's be real. Majority of the black culture sags and stuff like that, and then there's some of the white culture and Mexican culture, they see that and then they took that and they start sagging themselves. So it got to the point to where it was clearly as day that only black people do it, and then it thinned out to like it's just ghetto people that's living in the projects and stuff like that. And I don't know where it came from that we all have to act a certain way because we live in a certain area. But people see that, wealthy people, rich people, people who got money see that, and they like, you ain't supposed to be acting that way and stuff like that. Now, granted, I am all for um, be who you are. Don't let anybody tell you that, hey, you're acting that way. You can, no, you cannot be over here. No, but there is a time or a place where you're somewhere. Is be respectful. Um, there's a dude that lives in Gunner, another black guy, Midnight Black, Blurple Black. I fucking love him though. He's true to himself all the time. He's your normal loud black guy. When he sees me, he's like, "What up, nigga? Ah, what you doing, boy?" Just sitting there talking, just having a good time and stuff like that. People see him like, "What the fuck is going on?" But he's always fucking smiling. No matter how many times you're being shitty to him, he will always smile and he will always treat you with respect. But I know in the back of his mind, fucking white motherfucker, get on my goddamn fucking nerves. There's a bunch of bullshit. But he's doing his thing. He's still being happy. He's still being himself. And to the point to where white people in this neighborhood know that he's not changing. He's being himself. He's still being polite. He's still being nice. It's just weird because we're not used to it. We're not comfortable. He don't wear the flashy gold chain and stuff like that, but he is loud, just like all black people. And then sometimes my blackness be coming out. I'm fucking loud too. My girlfriend tells me, she's like, "God, you're loud." I was like, "And what the problem is? What the problem is?" And then I noticed most of the black stuff that I do, I start notice that she started doing it. See, what happened was, I was like, there you go, you stealing my shit. So, but people see us and then they start getting weird and funny stuff like that. But the thing is that the guy that I know, the black dude, they look at him just as weird, but they like, that's just him. That's how he is. He's like that all the damn time. He's cool. When you talk to him, he's actually smart and stuff like that. So, and then what we're doing is we're forcing people to stop judging a book by its cover. That's what we're doing. We're starting to do. We're starting to force people to stop judging a book by its color. I mean, by its cover. Because doesn't mean because I'm black means I'm fucking stupid. Don't mean that I don't understand what you're talking about and whatnot. I start talking to people. I'm like, oh, the science in the galaxy and stuff like that. And blah blah whatever. Like what? Like yeah. And then I started getting nerded out about stuff, about the space, and then I started nerding about games. I'm like, I love this shit. And I started talking to people, and I could actually start talking to people with common sense and whatnot, and they don't feel like I'm speaking to them. They're like, oh, and then they actually get to know me. They say, you know what, man, I never thought. Like when I first met you, I thought, I'm like, man, this guy's gonna get on my fucking nerve. But he's like, you're actually pretty cool and whatnot. And then I become family. It happens all the time. So it's like I said, so when I was with my like one of my girl, to finish the story, they looked at me weird and they judged me because of my skin and my color. They automatically thought I was gonna be the same stuff like that, and then start playing favoritism towards white people. And they was like, we want you to date this person, stuff like that, and blah blah whatever. And so, you know, to at that time, Christian family girl. I was like, I don't want you to break up your home with your family. You love your mom and stuff like that. Go be with your mom. Do the best you can. Still gonna be your friend and help you out and whatnot. And I was like, but I'm not finna try to break up your family. I don't want that for you or whatever. So get to the point. She's like, I'd rather just be with you. She's like, I've been with whites, been with Mexicans, same as my ex. I've been with whites, I've been with Mexicans, and they all treat me like shit. You are the only one who my parents don't want me to be with, who treats me like a queen. She's like, you got to the point to where you spoil me so much. I go to other people and they look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, well, I don't see nothing wrong with it because my ex did it. But you don't say that. She don't say that to their face. She's just like, okay. And then they try to change her to the image that they want her to be, so that way they can be with her. But that's just not who she is. She's her through and through. No matter if you like it or love it, she's gonna continue to be herself. And she's also that type of person where she's like, she's gonna do stuff to make you happy, but at the same time, at the end of the day, she's still gonna be herself. It's in her DNA. She can't change that. And then she eventually found somebody that she had a list, and she's like checking it out. She's like, there's some stuff that's missing, but maybe it'll work. And it's somebody that she cared about and stuff like that, who just happened to be a white guy and whatnot, and got to the point to where the two times, the two terms that they went up, meaning that they went together for a while, broke up, got back together, and was with each other for a while, and then broke up completely. So she started to realize like stuff like, she's like, I don't understand what's going on. I said, because he's not loving you for you. I said, yes, there's a lot of stuff that he likes about you. You got some nice styles on you, thick with 3 Qs. Okay, you got some nice styles on you. You're a beautiful woman, very beautiful. Your personality give out, people just automatically love you. Love you for who you are. People just love your personality. I said, not all of that. You're so much of a giver. Like, here, let me give this to you. Let me give that to you. Let me help you out. Let me make you happy. Let me smile. I want to be around you and stuff like that. Like your normal girl stuff. But you're so supportive and helpful. People see that. But then when people start seeing that, start seeing your timid side, start seeing that you're not fully independent because of life situation, mom being controlling, stuff like that. And then there's other stuff that's involved. People like, I need you to do this, and blah blah whatever. Give you an example, which is goofy. I think she has a problem with doing stuff for her car, meaning getting the oil change, getting the alignment, getting tires and stuff like that. It's something about that makes her be like, I don't want to do it. I just put it off and I'll wait later on. I'm like, this is not shit you can pull off. You need an oil change. Go get the oil change. And got to keep pushing it. This dude told her, I would not marry you until you start taking care of your adult responsibilities. Meaning getting the oil change and stuff like that, getting the baby social security card, birth certificate, and stuff like that. No, she had a birth certificate, the social security card, stuff like that. I say, is that stuff that you need to do? Yes, but that does not make you an adult. I like you taking care of your child, you going to work and busting your ass, and coming back home, watching your child, feeding your child, clothing your child. You going to fucking work every single day. Even though these people are getting on your nerves, you go to work every single day. Then you come back, and then you come back home with a smile on your face. You go to work with a smile on your face. You do what you have to. I said, that right there is adult. I said, because there's certain side quests that you need to do, you don't want to do, or that you're scared to do. I was like, no. I said, what relationship is about is partnership. If there's some stuff that I clearly see that you are afraid to do this, or you're afraid to go and get this stuff done, then you like, hey, you know what? Don't worry about it. I got it for you. I'll pick that up for you. I'll do it for you. I was like, that's how it's supposed to work. We had a conversation the other day about, her the damn alignment. Okay, she has to get an alignment. She's getting an alignment tomorrow, and then she don't have her tags and she don't have an inspection because she's like, I'm scared to do it. And she's like, this is one of the reasons why he was so mad at me, and one of the reasons why we broke up, because I just wouldn't do it. She's like, I know I need to, but I just won't push myself to it. I just start laughing. I was like, yeah, I remember you telling me that. I said, but don't worry about it. I am going to push myself forward. I said, not push myself forward. Saturday, I'm coming to pick up your car. I'm going to go get an inspection on it. And then once the inspection passed, we will go online and get you your registration. She's like, thank you. I appreciate it. She said, God, you spoiled the fuck out of me. And I know, like, it seemed like I'm rambling on, but it all makes a full circle. She's like, I know she's like, you spoil me so much. You do so much for me and whatnot. And it just makes me want to love you more. And I appreciate you and respect you. And just, once again, everybody else that I talk to treated me like shit, but the one person that people want me to stay away from is the one that's actually treating me like a queen and has actually treated me with respect and not seeing me as just meat and flesh just to be messed around or passed around. So, and it's like I said, you can't judge a book by its cover. But this whole thing with YouTube is ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I've been sitting here at the bottom since 2010, and then they kept giving me copy strikes and stuff like that. Channel got deleted, and I had to, because no matter what I did, every time I upload a video, automatic strike. Upload a video, automatic strike. I'm like, bro, what am I doing? Then I do another video copyright, and then the stuff that like I purposely did just to see, didn't get copyrighted for. But when I was just being me and whatnot, I got copyright. Like they even copyrighted a video where it was just me of my face, and I was saying this company is a scam, and I showed them in the last 15 seconds. The only thing I did was show their name and the prices that they give. That's it. Just regular information that anybody could go online and see. Got copyrighted for it. Crazy. And my face was on it majority of the time. In the last 5 to 15 minutes was them. YouTube plays favoritism all the time. Twitch plays favoritism all the time. They change some stuff up to where it's like, oh, we recommend these channels for you, but it's still channels that they recommend. It's not AI. And one of the things, the reason why I think Mixer died, and there's this alpha something, dude with the big ass forehead. He was a reason why Mixer died, because when Mixer was there, because Mixer, like, we don't play favoritism. If you're great, we're gonna put you on the face. We're gonna put your face up there on the we call it Showtime. I can't think of what exactly it was, but we'll put your face on there. We'll call it Showtime. And my buddy Cap, he was doing fine, and they put his face on there. He only had like 3 views, and then next thing you know, the 3 views turned to 50, to 60. And then he had like 100 people that he was like, hey, yo, y'all follow my people too, my team, and blah, blah, stuff like that. He tried to share the love because he felt bad because we all was streaming at the same time, but we was also all happy. And he said, man, I don't want to be selfish. I said, no, bro, fuck that. This is your night. You fucking go. I said, you go. And I said, bro, they are watching you. They are watching you. You keep them. Don't worry about us. And he's like, man, I just feel bad. He said, because we all been working as a team. And he's like, why is it not everybody not getting low? I said, man, tonight is just your night. That's all it is. Take it. And of course he stopped streaming. but after Mixer died is when he sold Mixer, got rid of it. But the alpha guy, you got people like him who YouTube likes because he has like this, I got money, I'm rich look, right? And he's also white. But at the same time, his personality and who he is, how he is, he sabotaged Mixer, because every time he talked about Mixer, he would like kind of smirk. Yeah, Mixer. Yeah, you can go to Mixer if you want to, stuff like that. But Twitch would be your better bet or whatever. And then he's not with Twitch anymore. Then he go to YouTube, and he's like, streaming on YouTube is a little bit better, but you know, Twitch is a good place and whatnot. But Mixer, but whatever, man. And then people start to notice that, and then he start doing some other shit with another streaming company, and then he got a backlash on a lot of people for it, and then people started getting on his ass, and then he had to make an apology video for it. But this is the face that YouTube and Twitch wants. They want people like that. They want fair-skinned people, or people who can look white, black, Mexican, who look diversity. You can't tell what they look like. But people who are clearly dark-skinned, or clearly the other race of whites are getting treated unfairly. And it hurts my heart the fact that somebody like Corey Kenshin, who always has a Bible verse, my man always has a Bible verse at the end, and that's one of the things that made me love Corey Kenshin even more. And the fact that he don't cuss on his video, I'm pretty sure he cuss outside, but he's like, no, I love God. I'm gonna I want to share my love for God with y'all at the end of the video. It's gonna be crazy. He be doing some wild, crazy stuff too. But at the same time, he's like, I know kids are watching. I'm not gonna cuss. And me, I'm like, it's my fucking video, bro. You come over here, it is what it is. I cuss on these damn YouTube videos all the damn time. But like around my kids, I try not to cuss. My daughter, she's a little bit older. So, me and her, I'm like, shut the fuck up. What you gonna do? But my little one, me and my girlfriend's baby, which is my baby, I treat her like my own. I look at her, I'm like, you mother fudger. But I guess it should be the same way like on YouTube. But my channel is made for adults anyway, so you shouldn't be on here. So if you a kid and you watching like mommy and your mom get mad because I'm cussing and whatnot, your mama need to look at your channel like, why'd you say you was over the age of 18, motherfucker? But that's my spiel. I'm not. I know I ranted and I put like a whole bunch of stuff, but I was trying to get y'all to see that I can relate to what he's saying and it's not dead. And like I said, I still get it with my girl, and people still look at us funny. But then the magic that kind of happens is that when people, they see us like, blah, blah, whatever, but then they see her face and they see how happy she is, how she's smiling, and how our baby girl is smiling too, and we just all like one big happy family. And then it rubs in their face and they get mad because she happy. But there are some people who look at her like, well, shit, I'm over here getting mad because they're interracial, but she looks more happy than fucking ever. People who know her and seen her, fuck you too. I'm trying to be nice and wave at people, and he just look at you and just keep driving. It is what it is. Right there. And yes, I do know that guy, and I do know he bigotry. So, but like I said, don't let people fuck up your day because they want to be assholes. But there's people who know her that was like, you have been way more happier than I ever seen you. Like even when you was with your last boyfriend, y'all was at y'all happiest moment. You look way more happier than ever. And she's like, yeah, because I am. I'm like, hey, tell him, cuz. Tell him. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just one is who I am. Stuff like that doesn't matter about your color because your color doesn't mean any damn thing. There's some fuck boy could be any color, right? But the thing is though, we as people need to stop looking at it like because you're a certain color means that this is what's gonna happen. That's not true. Dumbass, being fucking dumb, and being a fuck boy, and being a goddamn villain to society could be in any colors. Does not mean that because you're a certain color, meaning that you're just gonna be better than everybody else. Not true. And also, being white doesn't mean that it's gonna make YouTube better. This is point blank. There's a lot of people who get played favoritism on YouTube, and we gotta stop that, like for real. But anyway, I'm gonna quit bullshitting. Y'all have a good one. Y'all stay blessed. Always remember to believe in yourself and follow your dreams. You shall achieve it, because eventually they're gonna have to pay attention. Deuces, man.